A look inside here in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunt.
Brandon Gaunt alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
56, Mike, 56 right there. 56.
Now Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's a gain of 34. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They are led by their quarterback from the University of Hawaii, a former 7th-round pick. It's Cole McDonald.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later.
Let's go!
That's how you pick up a 1st down. You know where the sticks are. You know where the 1st down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was dominant. Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
From the gun, it's McDonald. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive.
They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go now.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Alex Anzalone. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. That's taken on the 25. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Throwing is McDonald. He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. That'll give them 8 that time. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Oh, the option to give to Swift here.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Oh, the option to give to Swift here.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift
standing alone with a new NFL record, 32nd touchdown. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Seibert, up and good.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battles.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Romeo Okwara in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2nd and 12.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. It got his man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Out of the gun, McDonald. He'll get this off to Swift. It'll be a gain of 5. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. On the option to give to Swift here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Here's McDonald to throw, and that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's got this down to the 35.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
McDonald. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Play action. It's McDonald. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Swift. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded right around the 8. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Perriman. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He lets it fly for Lockett. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Myers connects on the PAT. And we are tied here in the second quarter. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away.
Khalif Raymond now.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Lions offense set to take over.
And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
McDonald sets to throw.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. On 1st down, McDonald.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And just on Wednesday, he was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week for that over 100-yard performance he had last week.
Deservedly so, and I enjoyed our time with him and asked him how he got it done. What did he see? And he said film study, watching what the defenses were going to present, understanding how to defeat those. And then he was a step ahead because he said they're going to change up and counter another way. And he beat him that way, too.
Williams
fighting him off. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Hey, defense, let's go.
They'll run with Swift.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. As we find ourselves in Week 17, he's already well over the 1,000-yard mark. So there's no pressure there. We'll just see where this final tally ends.
And I love
it. Under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. Finding room at the 30. And some room to roam now. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40.
50 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime. And to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the 2 of us. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half, the same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
Yeah, both defenses back on their heels.
They go play action with McDonald. Open man is Quintez Cephas.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Here's McDonald off of the play fake.
Flush to his right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Operating from the gun, McDonald.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, McDonald. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Tyrell Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McDonald, he's airing it out for Williams. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. Tyrell Williams. As the first half is winding down. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the 3rd. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down, McDonald. Williams brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off play action. McDonald out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for you.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Hercules Mataafa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
The throw complete here to Williams. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
To throw on 3rd down, McDonald. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Jamal Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs. I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Wilson will hand to Carson on the option.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. From the gun on third down, Wilson.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet,
he's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw is Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game.
And the Seahawks are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
On the option to give to Swift here.
Now in Seattle, Washington. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. First down, and they go with Swift again.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On the option to give to Swift here.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. The Lions on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. Here it's 3rd and 3.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
He's going to use his legs here.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Swift again.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
They will run it with Swift here.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. This is Carson. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. Thank goodness. That means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line.
On the option to give to Swift here.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
Yeah, baby.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total.
One more time with Swift.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Conley. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Cole McDonald, 42 yards. And the Lions are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's caught, block it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Mike 56, Mike 56.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2.